Shout out to Jeff Marquette's memory card. Sorry, bud, here it is. Just hanging out. I suck and I didn't bring it to the last event. I'll get it to you one day. So this is going to be a little bit different of a Scotch and a beer. Once again, I'm not going to go into the story, and many apologies for that. My life has been extremely hectic lately, and I did not prepare any kind of script so that I have a general idea of what I'm going to talk about. Basically, I make a bunch of bullet points, and then I just go off on tangents for half an hour in the meantime. I didn't have time to do that. I was editing GK Tech how-tos until late into the evening last night. Was working on the van all day yesterday. Today, I'm still covered in dust. I was over at my other house doing renovating. It's just been non-stop, but I promise I will get back into the story. What I did want to talk about today was the No COVID Drift Party 10, aka the No Coast Drift Protest 10, aka the No Coast Drift Party 10. I wanted to lay down the law, the rules, the details, so that nobody has any questions about this, and when they do ask me stuff, I can just point them at this video and be like, all right, watch the video, and you'll have all of your questions answered post haste. But first, I'm gonna drink some standards that I've already gone through in this video, but I need to have a Scotch and or a beer in my hand whilst doing this. So I have a little bit of my Glen 12 Double Oak, which is a pretty good standard, especially since you can get it at Costco on the cheap. That was a big pour. It was like half of what was in there. And my all-time favorite ultralight beer, the Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus Michelob Ultra Infusions. I don't know, there's something about just drinking cactus, kicking it back. That's a solid Scotch. Don't care what you say about the Glen. It may be the Huffy of single malt Scotches. It's still my favorite. It's still my everyday driver. Like if I was going to drink a Scotch every day, it would probably be that. Anyway, getting right to the meat and potatoes, because I do want to keep this as short as possible, because I'm just going to be talking about No Coast. So, for those of you that don't know what No Coast Drift Party is, it is a event that I used in the past to cover my debts to the track as I ran my seasons, and it kind of allows me to run events for no money down. I don't have to pay anybody anything, but I don't make any money on the events themselves. So I run my events up into a debt, and then No Coast pays those off. So it's very important that people come to No Coast, and they've grown and grown and grown over the years, and we've added stuff and features, but we've always had lots and lots and lots of seat time. We've always had lots and lots and lots of partying on Saturday night. We've always had metal bands, and coincidentally, those metal bands in some way, shape, or form are the same guys that have been playing at my event for 10 years. So I cannot thank those guys enough for hanging out with us for the last decade and putting on a show in front of the bonfire. Oh, we also have a gigantic bonfire from all the GK Tech pallets that I have. So we have a big bonfire. We got the metal bands. Last year we had a Mechanical Bull, which was awesome. I wrote to the Mechanical Bull guy this year, and he said, no, sorry, COVID. And I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, No Coast in the past has been open to anybody that wants to drive, anybody that wants to spectate, anybody that wants to come see the bands, anybody that wants to party. Like, it's kind of got something for almost everybody. Unfortunately, this year is going to be a little bit different, and I'd pour one out for the homies, but I don't want to waste alcohol. So last year we actually ended up having like 146 drivers and something like 994 spectators, not including crew or anything like that. So it was a really good event. I had to talk a meth head off a ledge by getting down on my knees so I could see eye to eye with him, because he was a really short dude. That wasn't so much fun. That was right after Brendan Wicknick and his team and I did a track walk at 4 a.m. for some stupid reason. Right after we got done with that, Meth Head was pointing a gun at somebody. So if that's not incentive to go to No Coast, I don't know what is. Anyway, so we should have a lot less of that this year, because here's rule number 1 for No Coast, No COVID Drift Party 2020 is no spectators. Unfortunately, due to city guidelines and city cracking down on events like mine all season, you have no chance of getting in if you just roll up to the gate. 0 chance. You will not get in. No spectators. Now, each driver gets 6 crew members. I'm going to say that again. Each driver gets 6 crew members that can come in. Each one of those crew members does have to pay, but each driver gets 6 crew members. I'm going to repeat that. Hold on. My dog is barking and somebody's at my door. I was UPS here to pick up all the GK Tech packages that we shipped today. So, 6 crew members. I don't know if I can repeat that enough. 6 crew members per driver. Pay attention to the driver's list. Reach out to the drivers. If you want to come to No Coast, talk to a driver, be on their crew. Okay, so no spectators. 6 crew members only per driver. Each crew member must pay. The event is going to be 3 days, just like it was last year. Since we don't have spectators, I'm going to open up 2 drift tracks at the same time. One of them will be open lapping like we always do. Super stoked on that. May make a couple of changes to make it a little bit more fun. On the other side, we're going to have a standard start line, finish line style drift track. And I'm still working out the logistics on that, but that should be pretty cool too. So we will see how that actually goes. I might open it up for open lapping there too. That might get a little bit chaotic, but hey, we might give it a try because it's drivers only and I don't have to focus on wrangling spectators the whole weekend. Another weird rule for this year is gonna suck, and we're gonna have to stick to this like glue. Every driver must pit 1 space apart from the other driver. Normally we're packed in like sardines, but we literally have the entire facility to make pits. So every driver, when you get there, please pit 1 spot apart. Even if you're saving the next spot over for your buddy, don't let anybody pit next to you, and I'm leaving it up to the drivers to kind of organize that. That's going to be a huge pain, and I'm sorry. It won't be like that next year, I hope. Please. So pit space is 1 pit space apart, and that's just in case the city actually comes out to check on what we're doing. If they come and we're packed in there like sardines, we're going to get fines out the wazoo, and we probably won't ever have a No Coast Drift Party again, because I can't afford fines. Ain't nobody got time for that. Next up on the chopping block, if you were just walking around, please have a mask on. I know it sucks, it's going to be hot, it's going to be muggy, it's going to be dusty, it's going to be smoke in the air. Please wear your masks around in the pits. I know I'm pretty bad at it, but every once in a while I'll flip my thing up and we'll be good to go. I'm going to try to get Cosmo to send us a bunch more face masks so I can hand face masks out to basically everybody, and that would be awesome if Cosmo was able to do that. The face masks were a big hit at the last event that I just threw, so hopefully we see some more of those from Cosmo. I'll reach out to them and see what I can do for that. But again, walking around the pits, spectating as a crew member, have your masks on. There is no driver cap this year, just like there's no driver cap any year. I really, really, really need to hit over 80 to pay for the track rental for 3 days. Otherwise, I'm just going to be more in debt next year, and I really don't want to be more in debt next year. I'm already in debt a ton because the driver turnout at my last event was 9. And 9 drivers show up. there's that. So unlimited driver count, 6 spectators per driver. I'll let you guys do the math on that one. What else is going to be different? Oh, it's also scheduled on a Formula Drift weekend. So that makes things a huge pain in the ass. Some of the guys that were going to be guest drivers can no longer be guest drivers because now there's a Formula D round. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe we just will not have guest drivers this year. I don't mind not paying extra money. So, again, I want to focus on the drivers. I want to do something called a team time attack, which basically you make up a team of 3 cars or more, and we set up a course, and you go around that course as fast as you can. And the twist is, if you do tandem drifting in that course, you can pick up bonus seconds to your time. I don't know how it's going to work exactly, but hey, we may do it. Team time attack with style points based second deductions. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I want to do skid pad games again because I don't have to appease to spectators. I can do things a little bit differently, and I'm kind of excited about that. So, everybody has to sign a COVID waiver. They are on the event page on Facebook. They are on the ticket page on whiskeygarage.com. There is a COVID waiver. Make sure you put September 4, 5, 6 as the dates, or even just September 4th, so I can get your waivers to the track beforehand. If you show up and you don't have a waiver, they're not going to let you into the track. Period. So that's another weird, crappy thing that we have to do, and that's in case there's an outbreak and the city says, well, we told you so, and we say, well, here's a list of all the people you need to contact them, have fun, go for it. So COVID waivers must be signed for the No COVID Drift Party 2020. If you want to vend, I wouldn't really recommend it, but there's still going to be quite a few people there, but not like there normally would. If you do want to vend, reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram or wherever and come be a vendor. God, it bums me out, man. I wanted the 10 to be really special because it's the 10. It's a decade of decadence. It's 10 years of fuckery. It's one of the coolest things I've ever done with my life was create the No Coast Drift Party. I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited for it. And I get let down by some goddamn bacterias or whatever. Anywho. So if you're a driver and you've never been to No Coast, I know there haven't been a lot of events this season. Spread the word to your buddies, spread the word to your friend. Unlimited driver count. You can bring 6 people with you as crew, and let's have a freaking blast out in the desert. Tandeming with your boys for 3 days in a row. You do need to pre-register. There will be no pay at the gate this year at No Coast. That's another huge difference. Normally I have a differentiated price between prepay and pay at the gate because I don't really run the logistics, but now I'm running all of the logistics, so it's prepay only. There will be no pay at the gate. Do not show up expecting to pay at the gate because you won't be let in by the racetrack. That they have to have all of this stuff turned into the city before we actually make the event happen. So I'm going to be shutting the pre-registration down probably 4 days before No Coast. Just keep that in mind. I have to have this information to the city before we do No Coast. Pre-register, pre-register, pre-register. I'll get your names all on the list. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you had a crappy season, you didn't get to drive much, you missed drifting, you've spent a year building your car, come out and drive with us. It's going to be a rad time in the desert, I freaking promise. We've got about 80 pallets to burn. We're still going to do a bonfire. There's still going to be mayhem and mischief, and I'm really excited about it. And I want everybody to be excited about it as well. So please come join us. I'm begging all of the drivers at this point to just make it happen. I don't want this to be the last one because of some stupid BS virus. Ugh. Hopefully whiskey kills it, because I think I'll be all right. So that is all I have to say about the No Coast Drift Party. There's those specifics that I don't want to keep answering over and over and over and over. I'm going to wrap this one up because I have to go work on the van some more. I'm so behind on everything, and then I got to be at my house at 8 o'clock tomorrow to keep putting cabinets in. After the 15th, things should slow down a little bit for me, and I should be able to continue the story, and then No Coast is going to happen, and then I should have all the time in the world to continue the story. So bear with me with these little short episodes that I'm going to do. I'm trying to at least put this out once a week again, and I have probably 45 minutes to edit this video together, and that's it. I'll catch you guys all on the flip side. This is Officer Dan with Scotch and a beer. Maybe we'll have a story at some point on this story show that I do.